There, so let's do some sails. To make the sails we need some hot isomalt, and that's some clear isomalt in here. The temperature should be around 140 degrees. I also have got some turquoise isomalt at the same sort of temperature. I do need my flexible mat, also a bottle, and that's going to be used to pop the mat on the top and help the isomalt to start getting runny. Okay, I will also need my fan to cool down the sugar and get it into shape quicker. And sometimes it's quite useful to have some tape handy, just in case that it takes too long for the sugar to cool down. Then you can just tape the base of the mat and then just leave the sail to set for a few minutes. Okay, so let's see how we can kind of perform this work. I'm going to put the gloves on. Check the temperature to make sure it's correct. It's about 130, but it should be okay. So I'm going to pour in one spot. I don't want to spread this isomalt all over the place. It's all in one spot. Okay, and also I will drizzle some of the colored one. Just to get more like a marble effect. All I need to do now is to double check to make sure that the isomalt is runny, but not super runny. I'll grab my bottle without touching the surface of the sugar, and I'm going to place that right on the top of the bottle and start stretching the mat to help the isomalt to get runny in whatever direction I want. Now if for any reason the isomalt starts getting firm and you want those strings to run a bit more, what you can do is to get the torch and help the isomalt a little to relax, but not very much, just a little. Yep. And then just you can help the isomalt to start running again. But just be careful not to burn something. Okay, I'm going to turn on the fan. And then just wait for the sail to set. And then you can relax the mat. You will still get a kind of a weird shape. There are various ways to do it. You can leave it to set and then pick it up while it's still maneuverable, and then put even more definition into it. Put another mat on top and shape, or literally just tape or stretch the mat till it cools down. Okay. But that's the nice thing about the Isomalt. It allows you to create unique decorations. Okay, for example, this is not completely set, but it's still firm enough so it can be picked from the mat, and you can also start just creating a bit more definition by just bringing the the edges, folding, creasing. But you do need to wait till this cools down completely. Just keep that in front of the dryer, the hair dryer or the fan, because if you leave it on the side, it starts splashing because it's very, very hot. Say for example, if you want to create like a support, a base for this, what you will do while you still got some of the Isomalt being quite runny, you can just pour some on the surface. Okay, maybe that much will be enough. Place this down. And just continue to keep till it gets fully set. It will take a little while. As you see, if I leave this on the side, it tends to collapse. But you can also just pop something behind and secure. But whatever you choose as a support, make sure it's not made out of paper or fabric, because it will stick to the sugar, and it will obviously not something which does have moisture on the top. Anything like plastic, glass, ceramic, metal will do. Let's see if it's done. I think that it maintains the shape, not completely. It still kind of moves around a little. Now, to get rid of all the air bubbles, as you can see, the finishing is not super clear. You can use a torch and just gently apply some heat. But try not to be super strong with this flame, because it will melt the sugar. And also, you cannot leave the sugar to cool down completely before removing the spots, as the Isomalt will literally crack. So can you see how it gets clear now? On that area where I've touched with the torch, is super clear. But also it intends to get quite melted. But that's also nice, because you will just give my sail a shape which will never ever be reproduced by myself or anyone else. Okay, make sure you don't touch, because that's super hot. What you can do, maybe with a metal bit, increase the hole, and then just pop some decorations in between. I think it looks quite cool. See? Great. So that was a quick one. I think it's quite cool. It can also be painted if you want. And I will still keep this in front of a fan for just a bit longer. Now, because I've lifted this up before it was completely set, it turned up now that it's not flat. So what I'm going to do, try and see if I can pick up some of that clear Isomalt. Now you can cut using a metal scissor. The problem is, if the metal becomes warm, it tends to stick to the sugar. So you need to maintain the blades both the knife or the scissor cord. Otherwise you end up having problems. Okay, and I will just try and be patient now and wait till it cools down, so that practically this can be attached to the cake. Okay, or you can also get a wooden stick or toothpick and insert on the base, and then you can, or a cake pop stick, and you can set it. But if I will just leave this flat, I will have a good foot, and all I need to do is just transfer it on top of my cake. Yeah, trying to make sure it cools down, but at the same time it stays flat. Okay, that's going to be my little decoration. Looks like glass, does it?